Greetings, greetings, greetings. Today I want to talk a little bit about anger and how it affects the physical body. Okay, we know anger is an emotion that usually hits us when we are in a position of being displeased, unhappy about something, and then sometimes when somebody's doing something to us, that can also cause some anger as well. Um, Overall, I kind of look at anger as basically when things aren't going your way. That's the feeling that you have behind it. So I'm going to bring up the definition of anger, and we're going to talk a little bit about that, and we're going to talk about how what part of the chakras anger is affected, and then we're going to talk a little bit about how uh, where in the physical body that you feel the actually effects of anger. Then we'll go into a short healing session to release all forms of anger. Okay? So, when we think about anger, according to the definition here, it deals with a strong feeling of annoyance, displeasure, and or hostility. And then some of the similar words deals with annoyance, vexation, irritation, irritability, um, displeasure. I'm just saying some of the words that we hear often: rage, fury, uh, temper. Especially having a bad temper about something. Road rage, we know, is a form of anger for sure. So when we think about uh, anger, there's a whole lot of words that are very similar. And the way I look at it is that when those words are similar, they all carry pretty much the same type of energy, the same type of frequency. It's just said a different way. So, anger being something that comes from the solar plexus. And the solar plexus is our third chakra from the bottom. Root chakra is number one, sacral. Then number three is the solar plexus. And the solar plexus, represented by the color yellow, usually represents our confidence, peace, happiness, bliss, joy, and definitely personal power. And so a lot of times when I look at anger, um, I look at it as something that's affecting our personal power in such a way that, if you don't feel like you have personal power, then that's going to be annoyance. It's going to be irritability. Definitely going to make you angry. So again, looking at the solar plexus, one of the ailments, again, on the mental problems is anger that you see right here in the bottom right corner. Now, I want you to also pay particularly to the ailments being a mental problem ailment of the solar plexus, because then this will help you understand why the energy of anger is located where it is. Okay, so let's talk just briefly about where it's located. So anytime I do a session on someone and I connect, to their soul, connect to them, so that I can feel within my physical body what's going on in their physical body. When I feel anger, I usually feel it right here where the third eye is, right between the eyebrows, and sometimes a little bit above or a little bit below, or covering that entire area. And so when I think about some of the physical ailments that goes along with anger, someone who has a lot of sinus issues, especially upper sinuses, right here. Someone who has tension headaches, because sometimes that anger can start here and kind of make its way back. And then there's other types of headaches like depression, or when you have like your subconscious filled with a bunch of junk, that can cause tension headaches in the back, and then it comes around to the front. So it's a matter of realizing, what's what. Is this what I'm feeling coming from here and making its way, maybe back, or maybe it's just here? Or what I'm feeling here, is it coming from here and working its way forward? So I allow myself to feel the source of the energy to know where it's coming from. So when somebody's angered, again, the energy is usually going to be right here. You ever see people when they're angered, they're kind of like, this, kind of scrunches up? When you hold anger in, when you hold that energy in this place, it can actually, keep those muscles very tense and tight like that. And then it can start not only affecting the sinuses, like I said earlier, it can also affect the frontal lobe of the brain, because the frontal lobe is where our emotions are dealt with, when it comes to the physical part at least. Now, unbalanced emotions will be the frontal lobe, or in a physical sense, but in a spiritual sense, unbalanced emotions would be in the sacral, right? So when you hold that anger, not only does it affect uh, your sinuses, it can also affect the emotions, the stability of the emotions in the brain. And so now, because this energy also is here, this is also where our third eye chakra is located. So now the anger can also mess with your vision. You know how some people say, like, try not to, do things or figure things out or try to find things when you're angered, because you're not going to have a clear picture. And you're not going to have a clear picture because the anger energy is affecting the third eye, which deals with your vision, deals with your, not just the vision of your eyes, but your mind's eye, right? So it's very important to get to the source of where the anger is coming from and do one or two things. You have to remove out of your life what's making you angry, okay? And if it's something that you have to kind of wait to be able to remove something out of your life, or maybe it's someone, then you have to practice something to help you not allow yourself to be angered. One of the Reiki principles is just for today, I will not be angered, or I will not anger, right? So when you say that, like I say the Reiki principles in the morning, just for today, I will not anger. Just by saying that, you're already dictating that today, I'm not going to allow anybody to make me angry. I'm not going to let anything make me angry. I'm not going to let any situations make me angry. You see, the universe can then start to shift around you so that you won't be angered, okay? Because you've already spoken to the universe, just for today, I will not anger. It may be a little unrealistic to speak it like I will never be angry for the rest of my life. Like, it can happen, but things happen that will make you angry. But again, proclaiming at the start of your day that I will not anger, at least most of the situations that usually would anger you probably won't, and then you'll be able to have a solution to it, because your third eye, your mind's eye, won't be so clouded, and then your frontal lobe in your brain won't be so affected from that anger energy. You know, so again, good practice. You wake up in the morning, just for today, I will not anger. Ashe. So, uh, for those who may be holding some anger, maybe some resentment, maybe you're holding some irritability, just being annoyed, all these energies that affect, that, well, I won't say affect, but that's dealing with anger. We're going to first command that those anger, emotions, and feelings be brought to the surface so that you can feel where it is within your body, right? So, the higher self, your own spirit, your own spiritual body, astral body, I like to always say, I command my higher self to bring to surface all feelings of anger within me. Ashe. So, again, I command my higher self to bring to the surface all feelings and emotions of anger within me. Ashe. This allows your spirit now, your higher self, to go within and start to let you feel within your physical body where the anger is residing within you. Okay? So you may feel it, for example, you may feel it in the solar plexus, in the upper stomach. This is going to be between the belly button and the breastbone, or the sternum. So you're going to, if you feel it there, that means, okay, there's some anger associated maybe with your personal power. Maybe you don't feel like you can, be at peace. And so that's anger. And it's going to cause you some stomach issues. Maybe some stomach issues associated with irritable bowel syndrome. Or maybe you have a lot of bloating that you're not sure where it's coming from. You may even feel some of the energy in the legs, which deals with the root chakra, especially from the knee down. If you feel energy in your lower legs, this could mean that you feel anger due to your stability, maybe the home that you're in, maybe the relationship, maybe the job. Maybe you don't, like your job, and you're irritable because of that. So you may have it in the root chakra because that's how you're feeling about, those type of things. And then, of course, anger typically will always be felt in the front because that's where the frontal lobe deals with those emotions and feelings are at. Okay. So now that your higher self has had some time to bring the anger to the surface, we're going to now allow that energy to be released from you by one. I want you to give yourself permission to release that energy. In other words, I give myself permission to release all forms of anger. I give myself permission to release all forms of anger. You see, sometimes we have to give ourselves permission to just let it go, so we don't keep holding on to it. Okay? Now, since we're dealing with anger, especially when it comes to anger, for the most part, always sitting up here in the front of the head, by the forehead, I'm going to use my precision wand to assist you, again, assisting you in releasing this anger. You have to get permission for the anger to be released, and then I am assisting you using my precision wand to help pull it out. And I'm going to be using the Choku Rei, which is a Reiki 2 symbol. That means the power of the universe here. I'm going to be using that symbol to pretty much grab the anger that you have allowed to come to the surface, and then I'm going to pull back to pull the anger out, okay? Again, you've already given permission for it to be released, and then I am assisting in grabbing that anger. We're going to pull that anger out, and they're going to release it to the light so that you no longer hold on to it. Ashe? So, as that anger starts to come out of you, just to let it come out naturally, and you're going to start to feel within between your eyes. You're going to be able to feel up here, maybe some tingling sensations. Maybe you'll feel a pulling sensation coming out of your stomach. You may feel like your stomach starts to kind of flutter a little bit as the energy is being released and pulled out, and some tingling here and there in your legs if you have any there, right? Now, when we pull energy out, right? We pull out energy, we need to replace that with something. We need to replace it with something, right? So in this case, the word that's coming to me is to replace the anger energy with peace and happiness, okay? You're going to replace it with peace and happiness so you don't just walk away like, okay, the anger is gone, but now what? Okay? So I'm going to use reverse Choku Rei, right? Which instead of pulling, it's going to be pushing. Now, before anyone does any energy work on you, you want to make sure that at least within your own head or with your mouth, you want to proclaim that only the energy that's for your highest good be received, right? You only want to receive which for your highest good. And this will prevent, healers who may not be so good from trying to input energy into you that you don't want nor need. So, again, go ahead and proclaim to yourself that I only want to receive the energy that is for my highest good, for your highest good, Ashe. So, again, using reverse Choku Rei, I'm creating the energy of peace and happiness, and I'm going to, in my mind's eye, I'm placing it into the forehead, right between the eyes, and into the solar plexus, where anger is affected as well. And I'm also going to place it right into the root chakra as well. Okay, this will hopefully bring some happiness and peace to the situations that maybe bring you anger in the first place. I hope this healing suits you well, and you're able to receive it with love and gratitude. Everyone, y'all have a good one, and I'll see you next time. Ashe.